What if generative AI could think like a business analyst? Large organizations receive thousands of business requests every day. So I asked myself a simple question. Can generative AI process these requests like a human? Can it understand the business problem, recommend the next action, and even draft a professional response automatically? Hello, my name is Rizwan. I work with Microsoft 365 and automations. In this video, I'll show you how I use generative AI to automate first level of business analysis while still keeping people in control when the request needs human attention. Imagine you're working in procurement for a large organization, such as Microsoft, IKEA, Amazon, or any other global organization. One morning, this email arrives from one of your suppliers. Before anyone can respond, someone has to read the email, understand the business impact, determine how urgent is it, decide who should handle it, and prepare a professional response. Now imagine receiving hundreds of similar requests every week. Well, this is exactly the business problem I will solve using generative AI. In my demo, I'm using a simple Power App form to submit the request, but the similar process could easily start from an email, Microsoft Forms, Teams, or any other business application. Once the request is submitted, everything else happens automatically. So once the request is submitted, Power Automate automatically starts the workflow. I have defined the scope, where the key component is run a prompt, where generative AI analyzes the request like a digital business analyst. From unstructured text, it generates a summary, category, priority, sentiment, recommended actions, and a professional response. On the technical side, I instruct the model to return the result as a structured JSON with control values. Power Automate then parses and validates that JSON before writing the information to SharePoint list. This is important because the AI output becomes the structured business data that automation can act on, not just simply generating the text. For example, a critical business request requiring a human review can automatically be escalated to the appropriate person. So, generative AI is not just generating content here, it is helping drive the business process. Now, let's look at the final result in the SharePoint list. It's a dashboard based on SharePoint list. Here I have configured the AI reviewed view. These are the requests where AI has already completed the first level of business analysis. Instead of leaving us with unstructured data and text, AI has converted each request into a structured business information. We can immediately see the category, priority, sentiment, business summary, and the recommended action. And importantly, this isn't just a text generated from an AI generator, because the output is structured and stored in SharePoint. It can now be searched, filtered, reported on, and can be used to trigger another level of automation. The real business value becomes more obvious when we look at the executive dashboard. Now, we are not asking managers to read hundreds of business requests. Within no time, they can see and understand which request has been already reviewed and processed by the AI, which one requires the human attention, and what are the recommended actions for the business. For routine business requests, AI can support and complete the standard process. But when business impact is higher, it brings human into the loop and escalate the request to the appropriate person. And that's the objective of the solution, to show how generative AI can analyze information and help people focus their attention where it matters the most. The real value of generative AI is turning unstructured information into a structured business data and intelligence that can drive business automation and decisions.